guys? I'm trying to make this work. Oh. Oh my goodness. Anyways. Can you see my, okay. As long as they can see my Black Moon Society on Black Moon Society, that's all that matters. Happy Mindset Monday. Oh, I got a kitty. I have a full cat right here, so she might be saying stuff. Hi. Sorry. Okay. So I hope everybody's doing okay. I don't know if you can tell. I have like a whole bunch of makeup on today because, well, I'm filming today, but also I'm doing this new skincare. So like the top layer of my face is falling off and my skin is like red. My face is like super red. So there's a lot of makeup on my face, but that doesn't really matter. And I'm just, I guess, telling you so that if anybody wants to comment on it, you know why. Anywho, let's not even call that into existence. Everybody loves my makeup. Anyways, hi. Love you guys. Happy Mindset Monday. Hello. Hi, Black Moon Society. Hi, YouTube. Hi, Kitty on my lap. She's getting her chin scratched, so she's doing good. I hope everyone's doing great today. Hi. I wanted... Hi. Are you going to say hi today? You want to say hi? Okay, I'm going to pick you up just a little bit. Okay. She doesn't like when I pick her up. Okay, can you say hi? Wait. Okay, there she is. Now I get to see you, okay? Oh, dude, now you get to be in the show. Okay. This is Bunny. Bunny cat. Yeah, that's her. Anywho, let's get to your questions. I really wanted to talk about... I'm going to be revolving everything back to... How's our light? This kind of new idea that I'm seeing a lot lately with people is kind of giving up and not... persisting, and then persisting some more. Because that's what it takes to change your world. You have to be the change. I've said that before on Mindset Monday. You have to be the change before you see the change in your world. It starts with you. It always starts with you. It always will. So figure it out now. Get a hold of it now so that you are primed and set up for the rest of your life. Before we get into it, new Black Moon merch. Always got new merch in the store. This one is fun though because it's got the big logo on the back. I don't know if you guys can see it there. Let me show Facebook. It's like an Instagram girl pose. Okay. This is called the Smally Bigs. I tried to call it Biggie Smalls and they kept denying my design. I was like, why isn't my design posting? And then I realized they probably thought I was trying to illegally sell shirts with Biggie Smalls. So I changed it to the Smally Bigs, right? Small on the front, big on the back. You can get this in the Roxy Talks logo and the Black Moon Society logo. That's on my website, my merch site, which is roxytalks.com. Click the shop tab. Okay, anyways, let's get to these. Okay. Okay, yeah. So if you're asking your question over and over, you only need to ask it once. And first come, first serve, guys. Sorry, now I have a freaking cat hair on my lip. And this has just been... She's ready to start coming to me last week, but she hasn't made any moves, too. I'm always the one initiating contact, and it makes me anxious. How do I make her commit? Now. It's always interesting to me when you guys add these like caveats, like you already have your issue that you're running into. You already have the problem that you're not with your SP. And now I have to have it now. So like everything that's in front of you, everything that you're doing to cause the separation between you and this person. Now you just added like your desperation, neediness, absence, noticing lack, time crunch, pressure, all of that for just no reason. So first things first, that's got to go. Like you want to figure out how to make someone commit. How about you figure out how to make your mind work so that everything in your life works out instead of focusing all of your creative power onto this one person that is just an accessory. It's a bracelet to your outfit. So figure out how to get the whole outfit together and then the bracelet will just naturally work, right? With the look. So interesting. You're using the term SP, but don't understand understand or aren't operating from the concept of everyone is you pushed out. So I would definitely look into that. She's a reflection of you. And just the fact that you're saying, I'm always the one initiating contact and it makes me anxious, that in itself is a manifestation. So change that language. She always reaches out. You guys have a healthy back and forth communication. It's reciprocal. No one has to over communicate with the other. You guys are both always there for each other. You're going to have to start changing the story, and then you're going to have to start changing because you need to stop expecting her to show up like that. So not only does the story need to change, you need to change. Your expectations need to change. The way you're treating the situation needs to change. You feeling like she has her own opinion or outside power in your world needs to change because she doesn't. It's all you. So you're going to have to flip every single script you got going on there. Oh, thank you guys are so nice. Everybody's so, oh my God, I love you guys. Facebook group, everyone's so sweet. Love you. Thank you. How to reconcile letting go with persisting. So it's the same thing. Okay, everyone thinks it's different. It's the same thing. You're letting go of the need for it because you know it's already coming. So that means every time I notice that it's not here, or every time I worry about it, every time I want to order something to eat, now, yes, I'm still hungry. Yes, I'm still waiting, but it's on its way. So I'm going to chill the fuck out and do something to occupy my time while it's coming. I'm not going to call the restaurant, or I don't know, I order DoorDash all the time. I'm not going to call the restaurant and be like, excuse me, it's not here yet. Why isn't it here? Excuse me, where's my food? No, chill out. Let your manifestation come to you. So letting go and persisting in the new reality are the same thing. You're letting go of the old you, letting go of the old thoughts of lack, doubt, worry, neediness, pushing it away, noticing its absence, not controlling your mind, letting go of the old thoughts that cause you to manifest it or want it or whatever, cause you to be in this moment right here, and persisting in the knowing that it's coming no matter what. Persisting in your new reality, being the new you no matter what happens. Even if they bring you the wrong food, right? Same analogy. They brought the wrong food. Do I eat it? If I eat it, guess whose fault that is? Not theirs. That's my fault. I didn't have to eat it. I didn't have to eat the thing that wasn't wrong. They can bring me another one. I can reorder. I can keep manifesting and keep focusing till it gets here the way I want it. Or I can eat the thing I don't want and sit there and complain about my life. Choice is yours. Love you guys. I say that with love. Okay. Janice, new house. Yes, ma'am. We are in it, and I'm kind of keeping, like, this is the most you guys are going to see of the set until it's, like, fully ready, just because I know people be watching the show, and they want to get ideas for their set, too. So I'm going to give it to them, but we're going to make sure that it's old news for us by the time they get it. Okay, let's see. Please talk about revision. Okay, so revision. Think about revision as creating new memories to shift the current reality that you're in, or to shift the reality that you're going to. So the same thing when you're visualizing or you're intending or you're manifesting something in front of you, meaning in the future, right? Going forward, or even kind of in your current situation, which is always forward. You're doing the same thing as revision. You're doing the same thing. You're creating a memory in front of you. So time's not linear. Everything's kind of happening all at once. It appears linear on this planet, but that's not really the case. So you can change your memories, if you want to call them that, your awareness of your existence, forward, next, behind you. Doesn't matter. Time's not linear, right? So everything's already here at once. So you can change a memory from your past, or give yourself a new memory, insert something that never even happened that you wished happened. Again, change things that, again, when you do this, you are shifting the reality that you're in now. You're becoming a different version of you. So when you're doing past revision, let's say you have a traumatic event, you're viewing, even if it's not even traumatic, it's just something that someone said one time and you attached it to yourself. You saw it, they said something to you and you're like, ooh, I hate that. Let me pick that up and put it in my backpack and carry it around for the rest of my life. So when you, sorry, I'm trying not to touch my makeup, so I don't know what's going to happen with this. When you change the way you perceive something, even if it's from the back, if it's in front of you, like we're creating new manifestations, you're like visualizing a marriage. Well, what you're doing is you're creating a memory of when you got married. Remember when you got married? I remember it. I just visualized it. I just remembered it. So like what that's doing, right? And then when you're manifesting in front of you is changing the reality you're in now. You're becoming a different version of you. You're becoming the version of you that's becoming that version, married and living your life. Same thing happens when you change it in your past. You're changing the way you feel about something that happened before you that shaped who you are now. So from this point on, because you're taking the sting away from it, that's kind of what it does, is it just makes it like, yeah, that happened, but whatever. I don't have to define myself by this anymore. We're moving on. So once you kind of get to that point and you're able to just like diminish it, it changes your perspective, how you look at the world going forward. It changes the way you expect people to show up for you. It changes the way you expect to feel about yourself, changes the way you feel about the world. And that, of course, changes the world you're living in. So it can happen, again, past revision, current revision, in the moment revision, revising your job, your coworkers, your boss, your person, your specific person, the person you're in a relationship with, your family, your strangers on the street, your neighbors, the way you feel, to shut down whatever bullshit it is that you have going on right now that's causing you to ask these questions and decide, you know what, I don't really care about any of this shit. This is working out for me regardless. It's time that I stood up and took some responsibility for where my thoughts are and what I'm doing with them, because they're creating every tiny little detail of my world. So until you can realize the gravity of your power and how deep this goes, you're going to continue spinning your tires, right? Unfortunately. So really, I mean, of course, you'll make progress. You'll make progress. You'll move forward. But we do so much tearing ourselves down instead of building ourselves back in, talking ourselves back into what we're doing, talking ourselves back in, talking yourself back in. We're always talking ourselves out of what we're manifesting. We're always telling ourselves why we can't have it, why it's going to be hard, why it's going to take long, why it's impossible, this circumstance, this one, that one, like, well, I don't know, pick one of those 75 and start there. So anyways, you guys are doing all of this, okay? You're doing all of it in your life. And when you realize that, when you realize how minute, how granular your power is, you're gonna be a lot more careful with those thoughts. Adina says, can you change a pregnancy of the third party? Yeah, you can. Gosh, that's definitely, I manifested that question because ever since I posted the what's it called? The success stories. Oh my God, Bunny Cat, what did you do? The cat got me all hairy. Ever since I posted these success stories, people have had some, not a lot of people, but there's been some comments about the pregnancy situation with a third party. And here's my response to it. Am I suggesting? No, I'm not even going to finish the words. Am I suggesting anything terrible to another human life? No. So first of all, if that's your opinion, okay, your realities, okay? Infinite versions of your third party who has made different micro decisions throughout their entire life and has landed on, who knows, God, how big this plethora of like differential versions of them there are. Okay. So this is your guys' lives. I don't judge people for what they want or what they do with their lives. As long as you're not harming somebody, which I guess this is kind of a gray area there, but let me finish what I'm saying. As long as you're not harming people and you're out there for the greater good, then that's what we're going towards, right? So I'm not condoning any of that kind of stuff. What I'm saying is that there are infinite versions of them, and there are going to be versions where they want to keep the baby, where the people stay together, where you don't even meet these people and you don't even know, you're on somewhere else, where they don't keep the baby, they give them up for adoption or what, I don't know. That's not my business. My point is that if that's what you want in your life, instead of worrying about creating the circumstance for someone to do something polarizing with their own bodies, remember that we are shifting in and out of realities in every single second simply based on our awareness. So if you only entertain a reality where everything works out happy, healthy, harmonious for you, the SP, the third party, and the baby, that's on you. And that comes about however it does in your life. There's going to be infinite versions, and you shift into the reality you give the most attention to. So again, that I'm not saying, it's not that you're making someone do something. It's that you are selecting a reality where they're already inclined to do that. Okay. So that's sorry, that kind of, I had to say that just because it's been something coming up and I wanted to address it. And if anybody thinks that I'm condoning or promoting anything, it's, first of all, it's none of your business what other people do. And second of all, they're not making someone do something. You're not making anyone do anything. You're not infringing on free will. You are simply coming in contact with a version of somebody that's already inclined to do whatever it is that you want or don't want. Anyways, RB says, love your work. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you. Oh, thank you. That was very well timed. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And thank you for your donation and your generosity. And for always being here on the chat. I do definitely appreciate all you guys that show up every week. Like I appreciate loyalty, and it's so nice of you to be here. I love the community. We're like becoming friends. I reckon I'm talking to you guys 5 days a week sometimes because we're on the chat, we're on the live. Like it's just really cool. And the brand is expanding. Hopefully in if not in 2020, then 2021 for sure. I'll be hopefully coming to a city near you. So if you guys are interested in having, I've been thinking about hosting an event here in LA, just because then I wouldn't really have to like travel or wouldn't be as much planning. So that's something I'm mulling around in my head. Maybe a retreat. I'm not quite sure yet, but if that's something that you would be interested in, if traveling to LA is something you do, or if you're kind of already in the area, just kind of let me know and keep me posted, because that is kind of on the table and I'm working towards that. Okay, let's see. Aaron says, do you think it's better to use past revision or stop thinking about any negative past experiences and focus on living in it? All the above. Basically, what you want to do is, because you're becoming the version of you that's already got what you want, you can assume that version of you has dealt with all the bullshit that's making you ask these questions. That sounded like rude, but I just mean it like whatever is going on within you that's causing these types of thoughts and this pattern thinking, you can be assured that happy, healthy, whole version of you has already dealt with that stuff, is not thinking of that, has never had to deal with it, or whatever you decide to shift into. So all of the above. Maybe they have used past revision can lead you to stop thinking about the negative past experiences, right? So do both. That's not how I remember it. I remember it like this. I vividly remember it being like this, and change that memory in the moment, just kind of like we were talking about. The time's not linear, so you always have control over it. And then focus on living in the end. Yeah, all of the above, absolutely. Oh, you guys are all awesome. Okay. Lydia says, what does it mean when you start losing interest for your SP you used to put on a pedestal? I'd say that means you're progressing through the process pretty well. You're getting to the point where you realize that you can have absolutely anything you want. So it's probably making you question whether or not you do want this person. Not saying that you don't or you can't have them, but if you can have absolutely anything, do we want this person? Are we settling? Were we settling when we chose them the first time, when we manifested them the first time? Were we settling then? Are we settling now? That's part of it. And then the other part of it is that the natural progression for manifesting a specific person is that at some point they stop being the focus and you become the focus. And that's exactly how it should be, because you are the focus. You are the one manifesting them. So if the version of you that's manifesting them to be shitty or not here or distant or whatever, right now, obviously you can't be that version and manifest the version of them you want. So if you are moving yourself through the process, you are working on yourself and focusing on you, making yourself better, rest assured that you're doing it right, because that's got to be part of the equation. If you are in happy, healthy, whole relationship with them, that implies that you are happy, healthy, whole you, and happy, healthy, whole you chooses happy, healthy, whole them. And if you're not choosing happy, healthy, whole them, then you can be sure that you are not happy, healthy, whole you, right? So just, yeah, it's all kind of working back in and out of itself. So you're on the right track. That's a good thing. Tiff, hi, that's my cousin. Okay, she says, I have been, also, we need to hang out. Okay, she says, I've been having a lot of stress and feeling super down. No, I need to move into a place with more space for the kiddos. I want it so bad, makes my heart ache, but it's just not happening. Do I have to verbalize this to get this out there into the universe? Okay, so first things first, you can absolutely do this. You definitely need to cut out the heartache's got to go. And we're going to shift this into, instead of like, I'm so sad that I don't have the space for my children that they deserve, to, oh my God, we're moving. We found the right place. We're getting where we need to go. The kids are so excited. They have their yard. Now you start becoming the you that's living in that place. Okay. So I want you to be mentally transported to her. Okay. Let's say 2 months from now, everything just works out. Okay. Let's just, why the fuck not? Right. You're choosing it. So let's just say in 2 months, we're living in the new house. Kids are happy. I'm happy. Business is booming, right? Money's just coming in all kinds of angles. We're feeling really good. So if that's where you're going to be at, and whether it's 2 months or not, I just kind of made that number up. 2 months, 6 months, a year, doesn't really matter. All that matters is that we get there. Because you're going to be you in your mind, you need to be her in order to get there. You have to be her all the time, basically. So you need to look at your kids and not think, damn it, I need to give you something better. You look at them and be like, those are my babies. They get whatever they want because I got it. Mommy's got it. Mommy's taking care of it. I'm doing it. I got them. And if I just did it, girl, so you know you can. So you are the version of you that's got the new house. We found the perfect place. Kids are thriving. We're thriving. Your doggies are thriving. And now you must look at your kids as, shit, look at them now. Look at them running around in their yard. Even if they're sitting inside playing on the carpet, in your mind, they're on the grass, okay? You must be transported up here to that version of you, like enough to where your physical world starts to change around you. And so basically it's kind of like they call it the tipping point, and the secret is just basically 51%, right? It's kind of a place to start. You need to at least get the majority of the thoughts like crashing into the new reality so that we can start shifting fully there. So for me, doing everything that I've been doing, building my business, manifesting this house, changing my money story, carving out a career for myself that literally didn't exist, a job that never existed, that is now my job, and only like, it's just my job, right? It's my whole thing. It didn't even exist a few months ago. I have been this me sitting on this couch right here talking to you for a year now, okay? Now, that's part of the reason is because that's it. I am her. I have to be her in order to be her. I got to be her in order to be her, right? So change all the language. Let me go back and look at your message so we can cut these. Okay. I've been having a lot of stress. I'm doing really good at this. I'm really getting a hold on my thoughts. I'm staying focused. I'm only entertaining things in a way that I want them to work out. If I catch myself stressing, letting my body deal with it. I'm not going to try to like fight it. I'm going to let my body deal, but I'm going to keep my thoughts in the knowing that, you know what, even if I'm stressed out, no matter how I feel, this is still working out, and this is happening, and it's coming, and I'm so excited because everything is working out for me. Remember, we're always talking ourselves back in. Talk yourself back into why it's going to work. Or maybe not even why, but just the fact that it is going to work. Talk yourself back in. Talk yourself back in. Good, this is working. At least you want to not be affirming the stuff that maybe you're experiencing now. So what? We don't need to affirm it. We don't need to add any language to it. It's already here. So we don't need to keep manifesting it by giving it attention and focus and language and words and power and momentum. So I'm feeling really good. I'm working on myself. I'm staying focused in the mind frame that I need to be. I'm staying in the version of me who's happy, healthy, whole in that house with my happy, healthy, whole kids. And we are so happy. We're just so happy, healthy, whole. We're doing it. We're feeling amazing. Life is great. Everything's working out for me. You be her all the time. Even if you're standing in a dumpster fire, like literally like that meme of that dog. It's a cartoon and he's like sitting on a table and everything's on fire. And he's like, this is fine. That's you. Okay. Chillosaurus Rex. Even if they're sticking needles in your face, we need to remain, everything's fine, we're working out. Everything's fine, everything's working out here. Everything's working exactly the way I need it to, even when it's not, because it's the communication that everything is fine that's going to be manifesting, that's going to be kind of taken over by the universe and brought back to you. So we're fit. The money takes care of itself, okay? The money is an energy. It does its own thing if you allow it to. So don't attach the house or the need or the worry or any of that to the money that it costs. That's irrelevant. Of course, the money's going to be taken care of because that's energy. It's done. This is happening. We found a great space for the kids. They have their own rooms. They have a yard. Wanting it so bad, it makes your heart ache. I want you to flip that and feel it so real that it makes your heart completely full and like leap out of your body with joy. Flip that around, okay? And then, but it's just not happening. I want that to be the last time you ever say that. It is happening. It's unfolding as we speak right now, okay? And do I have to verbalize this? Yeah, you can talk about it in your 3D world if it's comfortable for you, if you're around people who understand that you're, working towards a goal. If you're not around them physically, don't talk about it. Be coy, be as coy as possible. Just kind of brush it off, deflect, get them to talk about themselves. And in your mind, doesn't matter what you're doing with your mouth. In your mind, no, this is happening for me. We're moving in really soon. We found the perfect place. I'm so excited. Start saying you found the perfect place and you got approved and they love you. You're the person they want there. Shut it down and go to new version, or shut it down and go to this is fine. I'm fine. Everything's okay. However you can do that, that's the practice, and that's what works. That's what works for me and my clients. I love you. Okay. What do we got now? Gina says, Roxy, I love Mindset Monday. They help me so much. Thank you. Do you have any advice on what to do when you feel lost in life and don't know your purpose? Thank you. Yeah. So I have a little exercise in a video called, what is it called? Something like manifest your dream life. Something like that. I have a little exercise where you can make, take a piece of paper and make 4 quadrants, 4 squares, 4 sections. And in one little quadrant, you're going to write down all of your skills. And I mean things that you've learned on the jobs, schooling, school of hard knocks, right? Life, just stuff you've picked up over the years, any kind of training you had, anything that you like would put on a life resume, anything that you can do. So for me, the fact that I have hosted my own radio show, I'm a performer, I'm fine with public speaking. I have a degree in behavioral science. I'm a natural born counselor, always have been. I'm a photographer and a videographer, photo editor, and digital graphic designer. Not like a graphic designer, but I can do, graphics and digital design and shit like that. And doing social media and doing all that stuff. All of that stuff combined, all the work that I've done my whole life has got me to this point, right? And it makes sense because all those things I listed, all the jobs that I really had, were building this. So start listing out all the education that you've ever had, all the education you've gotten, all the skills that you've picked up through working and just doing stuff throughout your life. That's in quadrant 1. And then in the second quadrant, I'm having Rick and Morty jokes in my mind. Jay and Michael quadrant. Anyways, you guys know what I'm talking about. If you're a Rick and Morty fan, let me know. Jay and Michael Vincent, that's what I was trying to say. Quadrant 2, you're going to write out, I'm trying to remember what order I put them in. I don't think the order really matters. Number 2, just put everything that you like to do that you could do for hours that no one would have to pay you for. Just stuff that you enjoy doing. This is just some me time. I like to do this stuff. It's natural for me. I don't notice the time. I'm not like worried about it. I could do this every day if I didn't have to worry about making money. That's in your quadrant 2. Then quadrant 3 is going to be stuff that fulfills, hold on. Shit, now I can't remember. You're going to have to watch that video. I know one of them is, let's back up. Let's say that the third one is, what do people ask you for? What do they think you're good at? What do they come to you for? What are they naturally inclined to seek you out for advice about? That's going to be your third one. Okay, hold on. Let me try this. What are you good at? What do you love to do? I think the other one is, shit. You're gonna have to watch. Sorry, I can't even remember my own thing. Watch that video. Either way, just those 3 alone, you can start off with. But those things, if you list out the things you like to do, the things that you're actually good at, the things that people come to you for, and I think the other thing is like passions or I don't know, I can't remember. Anyways, if you do all that stuff together, make all these lists, you'll start to see pieces that kind of fit together that can form this unique thing, and you'll have this like really unique resume that nobody else in the world will have, because it's going to be full of your own unique experiences and personal opinions and things that you like to do, passions and stuff like that. So doing that will kind of give you an example of what direction that you can head, and definitely check out the whole video so I can explain it better than I just did. And yeah, great question. Okay. Sheena says, please host an event, make it an immersion. Can you elaborate? Come to London. Ooh, that would be awesome. I'd love to. Nicole says, is there I think is what she's asking. Okay. Definitely would have to like kind of know more details about what you're talking about, but you definitely can like talk yourself out of your manifestation, because we do it all the time. So if it's something that you're afraid that you like undid, that's not, you don't have to worry about that, because you can always remanifest and always go back in and always change the story and always try again and always make it different. If you're worried about, there's something that you want to undo that you feel like you're manifesting and you're worried it's coming about, it's not my reality. That's not for me, not here. I don't think so. Changing it. No, that's not how it is for me. Actually, it's like this. And then, erasing it in your mind, like blowing away. And then also knowing that even if it does manifest, so what? I'll just manifest a solution right in that moment too. So you're never out of control. You're always in control no matter what happens at the end of the day. Okay. Okay. Okay, Georgia. I'm going to read your question because the couple before you were asking about persisting, and I kind of like literally don't stop believing that it's coming, no matter how dire it gets. Okay, like when I was manifesting my house, I could not afford to believe that it wouldn't happen. I needed to get the fuck out of there. I just was like dying in there, had to go, got places to be, life to live. I need to get out of here. So same thing with getting out of my job. Like nothing was more important than keeping my mind frame of where I needed to be, because look what it did. Look, guys, that I've been doing something that I harp on you guys about, and I harp on my clients about, which is not taking your manifestations forward, not recognizing that you've got what you're manifesting, and to stop to move the language forward or move what you're manifesting forward, so you're not spinning your tires again and getting to that point where you're this was the goal, so I almost didn't even have there was no next step yet, just because like this was the point that I wanted to get to. And then I just now realized, like, okay, we're here now. What are we doing now? So always moving forward with your manifestations, and just staying there couldn't be a question for me, even if I was stressed out, even if people didn't believe in me, even if I was broke or not seeing the way. That was irrelevant. It had nothing to do with the fact that I knew I was put on this planet to do this right here. And it's not something that I knew, I always implicitly knew, but now looking at it, it's just so obvious. It's so obvious. So of course it's going to be successful, and of course it's going to work out. And it's the same thing with you guys. You just decide that it's going to work out. And then anytime you catch yourself not believing that, you go back in and you just you hammer at it. You hammer away, you hammer away, you hammer away, you hammer away at yourself, because we're creatures of habit. So on the good side, that means that you can change your mind by like drilling it in there. And on the bad side, it means that, old habits die hard sometimes, and they're easy to get back to. So if you're very much on top of it all the time, your life will work out. And I think it's just like, it's like a diet, a physical diet. You have these people that are like, it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. What that means is I'm going to be healthy for the rest of my life, and I'm going to be actively choosing that every single day. I'm going to actively choose not to eat a Big Mac. I'm going to actively choose to eat healthy and work out. I'm going to actively choose to go to bed early and not stress about things that don't matter, and drink a lot of water, right? It's a lifestyle. It's a choice. It's ongoing. You don't eat one broccoli and then turn skinny and that's it. It's the same thing with your mind. And that's why I teach this 360 approach, and not just like, well, how do I get a person? Well, what happens when you get them? Okay. That's what matters. Because guess what? Your life keeps going on. It just drags the fuck on, because that's where I want to go. Well, that's what I do. I keep my mind focused on where I'm going, because I know where I'm going, and that's where I'm going. So I don't take my eyes off of it. This is where I'm going. Anything that happens in my 3D reality. And you guys think I don't have doubts? You think I don't have insecurities? If I listened to those insecurities, we wouldn't be sitting here right now. If I believed my doubts when I have them, shut the channel down. It wouldn't even be here. But I don't fucking care if I have a doubt. I don't care if I have an insecurity. I don't care what the 3D world does. It does not stop me from knowing where I'm going. Ooh, that was cute. So persisting, this is what this means. Even if the 3D world, it's not the fact that I'm obsessed with it. I'm not like, I have to have this or I'm going to die. No, I'm already this. Of course, I'm going there. It has to work out, because I'm not going anywhere else. Think of it literally like in the physical world. If I'm going to Target and I don't go anywhere else, then I can't possibly end up anywhere else but Target, right? Like, I'm going there. I'm going there in my mind, and I'm physically going there with my body. So I will eventually get there unless I stop going there. It's the same thing with your goals. It's the same thing with your specific person. It's the same thing with your mind, your job, your body, money, any of it. If you're going there here and you're going there here, you will get there unless you stop, unless you decide it's hard, unless you decide you can't. Okay. And that's not saying that you won't get there. It's just, you're just adding time on your journey, which is fine. It's your journey. It's a journey. It's not an end goal. It's a journey. It's always a journey. Life is a journey. It's not an end goal, because you will get to the goal that you have been working your entire life for. And then you're going to be like, well, now what? What do I do now? Now that I got this, what do we do now? So this works, guys. You are watching it in real time. Okay. You have been here along the journey with me, seeing this happen. So I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know how to, I feel like I've said these things in so many words. I guess that's just me assuming that everybody has seen everything I've ever said. So anyways, yeah, persisting. Woo, we like it. It works. Okay. Love you guys. Love you guys. You're so sweet. How to manifest a time crunch, like fees/bills. Okay. So first things first, with a time crunch, I think I said this in the beginning. Take the time. When you say, oh, I need it now, you've just now you just added more. That's all you're doing with needing it in a time crunch. What you need to do is get your mindset knowing that this is happening no matter what. I don't need to do anything extra except stay focused. Understand that money and bills are not the same thing. Money and what it pays for, not the same thing. And if you treat them the same, you're going to run into these issues. Unless you think that's amazing, it's always abundant, then yeah, sure, it's everything, right? But if you feel shitty about money, you better not attach it to anything else, right? And you better clean it up and clean it up and clean it up and clean it up and always expect it to be there and always there for you, always coming no matter what, coming from so many different sources. It's come so fast, I can't even spend it before new money comes. I don't even know where it's coming from. It's just always coming. Doesn't really matter. I don't care. It just pays for myself. Cool, great, thanks. That's money. That's its own thing. Your bill being paid, separate, okay? So this over here, bill pay. Yeah, my bill's been paid. Visualize yourself clicking paid, getting the confirmation. Yay, your bill's been paid. You're safe for another month. Whatever it is, visualize that happening. Do it energetically. Go there with your mind and tie the bows, seal the dot, sign the thing, whatever the fuck. Send it off. Yeah, that's done. Now, the fact that I've manifested or visualized or energetically or intended this bill to be paid, now that's done. That's off the table. I'm just send it away, take it away, universe. Not my job anymore, not my business. And because I feel so great about money and things being abundant, and I'm not really worried about how, when, or what. I just know that life's happening around me and it's happening for the best for me. Now I've made space for money to come through and take care of this thing, right? Because I've already taken care of it. And the deadline is irrelevant. We know when it needs to be paid. It's going to get paid. It's more so, can you clean your story up about money and then chill the hell out until that thing is taken care of? And sometimes it's on your mind and you're always thinking about it. Nope, it's already taken care of. Nope, it's already taken care of. We already did. Already paid it. Already good. Money's already here. Money's coming. Not worrying. It's all good. Sometimes you don't remember it till the very last minute. And I think that's the best option, because you're like, yeah, it's paid. You send it away and then it's like, pay that bill. And you're like, I gotta pay my bill. And then it's more so like, shit, I need to pay this real fast. We're not worried about the money. The money's already in the account and now the bill's paid. So yeah, best way to not, and that goes for anything, guys. It's not just bills or money. This is SP, this is job, this is anything. Just make sure that you understand that the time crunch is adding pressure that you don't need, and it's irrelevant. And once you take the time crunch off the table and then clean up the issues, it can take care of itself, and it will take care of itself in the time crunch, because it always does, right? Like money always comes. It always comes around. It always comes right when you need it. Sometimes on a second too early, right on motherfucking time, as annoying as it is sometimes, but hey, it's punctual. We appreciate it. Thank you, money. Love you. Always around here. I love you. Giving, receiving, always flowing. Thank you. So, yeah, I hope that answers your question. Jesse says, how do you know you're in alliance with your manifestation? In alliance? What are we asking here? Are you asking, how do you know that you believe your manifestation? That's kind of what I hear. How do I know what did you call it? An alliance? I'm guessing like aligned with it. If you're aligned with your manifestation. Well, do you know it's coming? The fact that you asked that question tells me that you're probably not, right? You probably don't know it's coming. Otherwise you wouldn't even bother asking that, because that alone is showing your uncertainty. Uncertainty breeds hot and cold behavior. Uncertainty breeds more uncertainty. If you are putting a question mark on things in your life, I guarantee you there's a big fat question mark overall in your life in a lot more areas. So how do you know you're in alliance with your manifestation? You know you are. That's how. It's happening no matter what. There's nothing I can do to undo it. This is my reality. This is unfolding. Always, 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 always. If you're not actively thinking, if you don't believe that, then you need to be actively like telling yourself that. Anytime the subject comes up, nope, it's already taken care of. Nope, I'm already good. Nope, we've already dealt with that. Nope, bills been paid. Nope, this is happening. Nope, I'm a manifested millionaire. I'm self-manifested billionaire. Nope, I'm a successful whatever the fuck I'm doing right now. Nope, it's already happening. Always talking yourself back in, right? That's kind of what I was saying earlier. Okay. Carolina says, hi. I'm going to get it out straight away. New guy appeared, ticking off all the boxes. I deserve it. You do. Yet, oh no, ask yourself that. What I can tell you from what you've said is that you're knocking down walls in the love department. You're doing the right. Obviously, you're manifesting the person, a new person, the way you want them correctly, and that's working and stuff. And I mean, go for it, right? But you still have issues with your person, the specific person. You still have issues, anger, resentment, past shit, fear, worries, doubts, insecurities, anything, needing an apology. He barely showed me any intention. Sounds like you have resentment towards him. So figure out what that's about and then start giving it to yourself. If it's forgiveness that you're looking for, first things first, I would say give it to yourself energetically, just like I was talking about paying the bills. Visualize the conversation that you need to have that's going to make you feel better, to like take that sting away. And anytime you think you need it, I already heard it. I already heard the words I needed to hear. He already apologized. He understands it. He gets it. He treats me with respect. He understands me. He wants to show me this other side. He wants us to be in a better place. And he is definitely doing everything that he can to atone for it. And I appreciate that. That's got to kind of be your story about him if you want to like ease that resentment or something similar. Itachi says it works even if we have each other blocked. Yeah, that's just a circumstance that's irrelevant. Because unblocking is just as simple as going, boop. Are you sure? Boop. Okay, now what? That's your biggest problem? Okay, Doug, we just handled it. Okay. Shannon says, have any of your clients successfully healed keloid scars to clear, smooth, flawless skin? Not keloids, but I have one on the back of my ear, actually, from when I got my cartilage pierced when I was like 13. It's not huge, but there's an Instagram called Post Pierce, and they have this like, it's almost like a lip gloss, like a wand, like a doe foot wand thing, and you like put it on your on them, and they supposedly like mine got smaller. Definitely would say that. So check that out. Maybe that's part of your manifestation. There's an answer right now, right there. Check them out. And then also while you're doing that, while you're like using this stuff, if you decide to, start clearing it with your mind. I didn't heal a keloid, but I healed shingles, and I did it by first things first. I maybe said the word shingles like maybe twice the entire time I had it, but I like would not call it by its name. I would not call it by its name. I wouldn't give it any energy. If I felt myself like worrying about it, I was like, erase. Anytime somebody like asked me about it, like if I was like, ooh, like wincing from it, I wouldn't tell them what it was. Even if I wanted to be like, oh yeah, I got this thing. I was like, you know what? They don't need to fucking know. And it doesn't matter. Like, what am I going to get? Their sympathy? Is that going to make this feel better? No. So I'm not even going to say the words. It's not worth me uttering the words to this person who asked me why. If I'm okay, yeah, I'm fine. Not worth me uttering the words to give it even that much more power. So that was part of it. And then I would literally visualize that shit going away all the time. Like Photoshop. Erase. And then my husband also would put like broken vitamin E capsules on it. But you know, and then while he was doing that, I would visualize it being erased as well. So that worked. I've told the story many times. Like there was a girl that I know that she got it the same time I did. Mine was gone in 2 weeks. Like I said, I starved it completely. She blogged about it and it took over her entire fucking torso. Okay. So attention and starvation, that to me, I was like, oh my God. And I didn't even know about hers till like probably years later. I was just like randomly stalking her Instagram and I was just going through and I was like, oh my God, it was like all over. And I don't know how you could, mine was like this big and it was the most excruciating pain to this day I still have ever felt. So I don't know how you wouldn't like die from like the pain or like, anyways, that's my point. Starve it out, visualize it being erase, 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 erase. Don't even say its name anymore. Don't give it any attention unless you absolutely have to, unless you're like putting on the ointment. I'm like pointing to my little keloid back here. Unless you're like putting on the ointment or that word, putting on the whatever stuff that's going to help it. Other than that, you're not thinking about it. And if you catch yourself thinking, erase, 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 blow it away. Okay, visualize it off your body, off your body, off your body, off your body. And starve, 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 starve. That's how I healed not the same thing, but it was a skin thing. So that's my advice. And please let me know how that works for you if you choose to take it. Okay. Angel 222. My SP only wants to be friends. It's kind of you keeping that in place. Sandra. Are you in California, Sandra? I didn't know that. We're talking like on Saturday, right? Okay. Okay, so we have a vote for California. Alyssa says, how to know the difference? Is a manifestation miscarried or is it not happening as something better is coming? You are doing that. You are the I'm not going to use that word. You are the roadblock. So the reason it's not happening is because you are affirming that it's not happening. And you're not deciding that I don't give a shit or an F how long it takes. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what I say. I don't care what the 3D world says. This is happening regardless, no matter what, it's coming to me. That's why it's not happening, because you are deciding that it could possibly not. And yeah, so yeah. How to know the difference? It's the same thing. You're doing it. It's not happening because something better is coming. I mean, you can tell yourself that, but that's just affirming that it's not happening. It is happening, and it's happening the most harmonious way possible. And if it comes even better than I thought, great. That's the way you look at that, okay? SBF says, my SP is having a huge event with a group of friends in a month, but we haven't talked in a while, and he didn't invite me, but my friends want to go. I feel like I shouldn't go unless he invites me. Well, if you feel like that, then guess what? That's the reality you're living in. So how about he invited you? Change the language. He invited you. We're going. We're so excited. In your mind, be the version of you that got invited and you're going. There's no question about it, okay? So you can start creating the language in the room in your world for that to become your truth. And then you just must be it. And if you start to doubt or worry or fear, you better knock it out and go back to the version of you that's going to be at that party, the version of you that is at that party right now in a month, right? Because time's not linear. So change it. It's so many circumstances. It's almost like this is something we talk about in my moderator group on Facebook, is because, we're just kind of bombarded with so much of like, but what about this? But what about this? But what about this? And it's like, yeah, yep, that too. Yep, that too. It's all, yep, you can have all that. Well, what about this part? So, and why are you doing that to yourself? What about this? So, and why are you doing that to yourself? Okay. You guys are doing all of it. All of it is under you. It's all you. Okay. There's no circumstance that is stronger than your own awareness. You're doing it. You're letting the circumstance be in your story by continuing to live by it, by accepting it as truth, by believing that it could possibly go any other way than the way that you intend. You are the intender. You are the experiencer and the chooser. So stop choosing shit you don't want to experience and then getting pissed about it. Right? If you don't want something to happen, don't let it be up here. And if you catch it up there, kick it the fuck out every single time. I don't care if it's 1,075 times. Do it. Do you want the thing you want, or do you want to continue to wallow in your current reality? That's your choice, right? No one else can do this for you. The difference between the people that are doing it and the people that are not, because are that the people that are doing it, they don't care what happens. They are pushing through it. The change is made in the hard parts, not when it's easy. That's not when change is made. Change is made when you break the cycle every single time. If you don't break the cycle, how does the cycle get broken? You tell me. If you don't step in every single time you catch yourself going back down that road and divert yourself, you're going to be down the road. No one can stop you from this, guys. It's all you. So take a look at what you're doing. What's manifesting in your world? Okay, why is that happening? Why is that? What's standing in your way? What do you believe is in the way? Well, there you go. That's in the way because you believe it's there. I love you guys. This is it's so, I feel like we're making such a huge deal out of something that's just so simple and so already happening in our world, and like demystifying it. Think about shit only in the way that you want it to come about, period. And if you're not, make yourself. 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 And if you catch yourself not, then make yourself. That's the job. That's it. That's it. Okay. It's discipline. It's not that anyone's better at it or more equipped or has easier circumstances. Your circumstances are insurmountable. No, your lack of dedication is insurmountable. Your lack of discipline is insurmountable. So get disciplined. Put yourself first and make you your number one priority, and then the rest of the world will do the same. Okay? Done. I feel like that should be the end of it, right? Oh, but the questions still come. Okay. Xerax says, hi, Roxy, how to deal with a toxic parent? It's like hot and cold, literally, and then anger gets real bad. Okay, so family is one of those ones that feels really difficult because they are, they've kind of been like this before, since before you got to planet Earth, and your whole perception of them is shaped on the way they've always been, and that's just talking itself back in. It's like this infinity thing. It's like this because I think it's like this, and I think it's like this because it's like this, and it's like this because I think it's like this. So you have to really change the story about that parent. You're going to have to, they're always there. They're stable. They're dependable. They're supportive. They're caring. They're kind. They always have something nice to say. They're uplifting. They like the choices you make. They're really proud of you. They like the person that you've grown into. And they want to let you know that they're sorry for everything they did that kind of fucked you up, right? Because you can have the most vanilla upbringing and still be fucked up. So give yourself some peace, give yourself some acknowledgement from your parent if you need it. Whatever it is that you need from them, give it to yourself energetically, just like we were talking about paying the bill. Separate the parent, the idea of this person, from the behavior that they're displaying, right? And when these two are separate and you can just see your parent only the way you want them to see them, kind, caring, patient, whole, healthy, dealt with all their own demons, dealt with all their own shit, putting themselves first so that the rest of the world can radiate them back, right? In a good way, putting themselves first in a healthy way. Now, also, they treat me with kindness. We have this great relationship. They've apologized, or they're always there for me, yada, yada, yada. The experience of being with them is separate from the idea of who they are, right? Because you want to clean these up, separate them out, and just only view your parent as the parent you need them to be. And even if they're in your face screaming and saying horrible things, in your mind, wow, I'm so glad that they really get it. We have such a peaceful relationship. This is so great. I'm so happy that we have such a good bond, or whatever the fuck you need to say in that moment to keep yourself focused and stay where you need to be, because you got to keep telling that story for the 3D world to reflect it back to. And then again, using the visualization or the ideas, the giving yourself memories, new memories, so that you can be kind of feeding the universe or feeding your mind fodder or food with thoughts of all the amazing ways that it could go, so they can kind of start like building off of this, right? Yeah, and then I have a video about it as well in the Manifesting a Specific Person playlist. It's called, I think I have two actually. One of them is dealing with negative people, and then the other one is something like if your family doesn't support you or something like that. I just put that one out. Venetia says, I love that you're just so blunt and to the point. You don't sugarcoat and you keep it real. Some people can't handle it, but your personality fits perfectly to me. You are the best. Thank you, doll. Yeah. This is just me. I don't pull any punches. This is who I am in real life. This is who I am on YouTube. And it's just, I don't have time for bullshittery. I don't have time for beating around the bush. Yeah. If you're here asking my opinion, I'm going to fucking tell it to you. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. There's so many places that you can find this information and figure it out yourself. That's what I've been doing. Collecting, applying, collecting some more, analyzing, applying, seeing what works, dropping the stuff that doesn't, focusing. And here we are. So, yeah, thank you. Appreciate you. Appreciate the kind words. Okay. Amanda says, I definitely started some bullshit after having a great interview, but I told myself to stop and move on to the next step, which I gave myself a project for them to see what I can do. There you go, girl. That's you handling your stress, your worry, your insecurities, your doubts productively. Okay. I like that. Proud of you. Proud of you. Okay. Okay. Naomi says, love your vids, Roxy. I've adopted your no BS personality. Oh, we were just talking about that. I have created boundaries not only for other people, but also for myself. If my thoughts are not on board, they don't get. This is going to be me being cocky for a second. I don't even care. I love hearing you regurgitate my word. And I don't mean the word, let me rephrase regurgitate. I love to hear people using my language and the teachings, the things I'm saying in their own words. So you're saying something to me that makes sense to me because it's like what I've been preaching, but you're saying it in a way that I've never spoken the words before. So that tells me that you're taking this information, you're truly applying it. It makes sense to you and it's working. This does work. I'm not, again, I say this all the time. I'm not the end all be all. I don't think that this is the only right way to do it, but this does work. That's the point. Whether I'm the only one or not is irrelevant. The fact is that it works. So if you want to get your life on board, get all your thoughts on board, get everything lined up in your world, all your manifestation time, you guys are watching the manifestation unfold with me in my life as I live out these things that I'm explaining to you and teaching you. And I'm experiencing it. I'm talking to my clients about it. I'm seeing how they deal with the information, what works for them, what's not working for them, what they're doing good, what they're not, what they shouldn't be doing. And then I'm relaying it to you and we're all kind of just growing together. But again, this works. If you dedicate to yourself to this will work for you. Okay. Maggie, SP liked your pictures on Facebook. Yay, congrats. Good for you. Okay. Everything's working out. Yes, ma'am. But hey, even if they didn't, everything's still working out, right? You guys are really sweet. Thank you so much. Nina, do you believe in karma? Yeah, in the way that I have a weird thing about the word karma because I like the connotation that it puts in my mind is very like mystical, and this is science. Like I'm trying to figure out again what the hell's happening on planet Earth and how do I make it work in my favor. And so karma in the sense that the world is a mirror and you get what you reflect. So yeah, I would say in that regard, yeah. And then if you listen, like I listen to, I don't have my opinions about what happens beyond Earth. I mean, I have some ideas that I like Dolores Cannon. She's an amazing woman. She wrote 17 books. She was the first discoverer of past life regression. And so she started taking people in past life regression in like the 60s. And so obviously, if she's doing it for like 50 years, she progressed from before that to the place that they were before they came here. So, and she's just cute little old lady. Her talks are no frills, like not a single frill. It's just her sitting on a stage talking. And she's just giving this information that she's been collecting over the course of hypnotizing people for, decades. And Alabama to Timbuktu, they're picking up the conversations where they last left off. She's having this same conversation with this collective that's kind of like beyond Earth or whatever. Anyways, definitely look into her stuff. What she says about karma is that like Earth is a school. It's the hardest of the schools. And we choose to come here as souls because there's so much like good or like, positivity, love, whatever, wherever we kind of come from, like the infinite source, whatever that is. There's so much good there that we kind of like, maybe you lose sight of the goodness. So like we come here to grow through this process of like contrast and pain and hurt and stuff. So earth is the hardest. Thank God. We're already like doing it. If we're here at human status, you've basically graduated from like, you have to start out as like molecules, air, rocks, dust, to, you know, insects, animals, and then finally as humans. And then when you're in the human cycle, you're like, I don't know, you know, trying to graduate and shit. So, but I don't know how, I don't know the answer to all this. I've also had psychics tell me that my dog was a human before, and I believe it because he's so, so weird, like a human. Side note. Anyways, Dolores says, you know, the karma that you kind of collect throughout your life, like cash in my karmic debt or like nullify it in order to graduate Earth School. Like you can't have any karmic debt that you have to repay in order to graduate Earth School. And I'm pretty sure that having kids creates karmic debts. That's like, I already don't really want kids, but that's another reason. Like, I just want to get the fuck out of here. I hope this is my last journey here. I hope I get to learn all the shit that I need. I hope that's what I'm doing right now, is learning it all so that I can go out of here. I don't know, I'm kind of, anyways. Long story short, that's how I feel about karma. And if you want to know more about the Dolores Cannon stuff, definitely look into her. It's really interesting. And it explains religion. It explains aliens. It encompasses all of the shit that we're experiencing into one. So I think that's probably why I'm just like, you know what? I like that. I'm going to go with that, since I don't really know what else is going on out there. I'm going to assume it's something maybe kind of like that. So yeah, that's my opinion on that. It kind of was asked, but also kind of wasn't. Okay. Teresa says, I signed up for your SP session on Wednesday. Looking forward to it. Yay. I'm excited to have you in the class. I'm glad that you mentioned that so I can talk a little bit about that. I'm changing the structure of the SP workshop. I'm going to, the problem with it is that it's like my biggest seller. It like flies off the shelves. I keep trying to add room and people, but it's too much. So I'm going to kind of remove myself from the process a little bit and do all of the stuff that I kind of like, that you guys don't need, like the stuff that I'm teaching. I feel like I'm teaching a lot during those classes and I don't need to be teaching so much. It's more so, you know, conversing and discussing the things. So I'm going to be automating the stuff that I'm teaching so that you can do like an at-home study, and then we get together in a group setting, kind of like this, but it'll be much smaller and everyone will have a chance to talk and discuss, and hopefully it'll be all video chat. I'm intending, of course, it will be all video chat. So we can all kind of like face-to-face discuss, and then you'll kind of have all the stuff that you would be like learning from me already done and all that work done, so that we can just get to the call of like, what are you doing right? What's not working? How do we fix this? So, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to grandfather in everybody that already took the SP workshop before to the automated stuff, just so they can like refresh and go back in and look at it again. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that. So that's coming down the line. Hopefully by the end of March, that will be done, because it would be really nice to free up that time. And then you guys will get more out of it, because it'll be more than just what I can squeeze into 2 hours with, you know, people talking and discussing. So thanks for bringing that up. It's a myth says, what about going out with others when manifesting? You're noticing the absence, anything like that, then yeah, definitely do it, because, you know, you want to be drumming up the feelings of happy, healthy, whole you, and that's be happy, healthy, whole. And if that means going out and having fun with someone else, cool, do it. Go ahead. Just not the guilt. The guilt is irrelevant and doesn't need to be there. And if it's not there, then fine. Perfect. Do it. Oh, there's more. All my life is great. He just left 7 months ago. Some part tells me to go out, but others, or tells me not to go out, but others saying go out and have fun. Yeah, go have fun, but don't let the worry get to you, because it's just your own insecurities. It's not really real. You don't really need those thoughts to be successful. Renee says behavioral science as an ABA or BCBA. That's what I don't know. I don't know if you're in the US. I have a Bachelor of Arts in Behavioral Science, a BA in BS, damn it. Ain't that the truth, right? Okay. Rachel says, I've imagined the end, but is it messing with the middle if everyone is you pushed out and I want my SP to change in my reality? Okay. I have a bone to pick with living in the end and messing with the middle. I have a bone to pick with a lot of the I'm just starting to get to the point where the old school, or I don't know if you want to call it mainstream, or the traditional way of talking about law of attraction is really like fucking people up, and it's like getting annoying to me. Not like I'm annoyed with them, but I'm almost just like, all of this information it's just noise that doesn't help. Like the idea of living in the end. What is the end? The end of what? The end of your relationship? The end of your life? That's it. Please don't live there. Live here. The end of you manifesting your specific person. Okay, what's the end? Like, when do you? That's what you've been working towards. Just like me sitting here, getting to this point was my goal. And then I got here and I didn't even realize that I had reached it, and I just kept spinning my tires instead of pushing forward. Okay, this isn't my end. You want to call it living in the end goal? It's just like changing the way we're thinking about this. There is no end. So if there's no end, then what's the middle of no end, right? How do you know that the middle of something there's no end of? So you be the you that is happy, healthy, whole in the relationship that you want. Okay, that version of you sees your SP the way that they want to see them. That version of you is already in a happy, healthy, whole relationship with happy, healthy, whole SP. Therefore, again, like I just said, they only see happy, healthy, whole SP. So you must only see happy, healthy, whole SP. That could not possibly be messing with the middle. That is doing the shit that you need to do to make your manifestation happen. And I just realized I really contradicted myself. A few minutes ago, I said, I'm not the end all be all. But now I'm saying this shit is ridiculous. But it is kind of ridiculous. These old ideas of like, okay, just set your intention. You're just going to, this is what you want. You just visualize it. You go to the end, and then that's it. It's like, well, what the fuck do I do with the rest of my day? Like, how do I be? How do I chill? How do I like stay focused? It doesn't give you any of that stuff. It's just like, say what you want and then ask, believe, receive. It's like, well, what about the tiny little seconds of my day where I'm going fucking crazy? That's what it's like. No, you be on top of it. Discipline, 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 so that I am the version of me that has my healthy whole relationship, so that I can be the version of me that has my healthy whole relationship in the physical world and not just up here. But I have to have it up here in order to have it here. So there is no end. There is no middle. Baby step it if you have to. If believing that you're married and all that stuff doesn't work for you, then don't, like, it can still be in your future. It doesn't have to be like, I'm married right now, trying to lie to yourself when you don't believe it. So go back to, this is working out. The person is doing everything they need to be the one that I need, to be the person they need for me, or whatever, however that looks for you. Everything is working out. It's all unfolding exactly the way I need it to. I don't need to worry. I'm already here, already happy, healthy, whole me. They can't get enough of me. This is their idea. We have an amazing relationship. We have an amazing bond. End of story. Okay. So there is no middle to mess with. There is no end to live in. And scene. Okay. Okay, what's next? Sina says, do you think we can ruin a manifestation? He said that he doesn't want to have me in his life because he doesn't love me, and I stressed him a few times. I reacted very strong and needy. What is the best I can do now? Stop being needy. Persist in the reality. It's already happening. Who cares what he thinks? Okay, you've manifested this version of him that thinks that. So stop manifesting that one and manifest the version of me that already wants to be with you and is already on board. That's how you deal with it. Okay, I'm 222. I keep having number synchronicities, even though it's like obviously my own manifestation, but it's funny when you do it, as long as you don't put like all your eggs into the basket. Anywho, what I was saying is that Do you think you can ruin it? Yeah, I think you can by deciding that because this version of him said that shit, that has to matter. That's how you ruin a manifestation. So stop me from knowing where I'm going? No, you could try all day. Okay. It's not going to change. It's not going to change what I think about where I'm going. It's not going to change the fact that I'm living the life that I'm living and moving forward towards it every day. Like, just like I said, when I was talking about going to Target, if I'm going to Target and you tell me, hey, I don't like the shoes you're wearing, don't wear those in Target. I'm like, what the fuck do you care about my shoes? Go deal with yourself. I'm still going to Target, right? I know that's a really dumb analogy, but that's kind of how dumb these things, not dumb, but how irrelevant they are. Well, they said this. So what? That doesn't change where you're going. It doesn't change where you're going. It never does. It never has to, as long as you don't let it. As long as you don't let that, you decide that because that was said, that now you have to stop, or now it's ruined. It's ruined when you think it's ruined because you think it's ruined, right? If nothing can stop you on your path because you already are that version, then nothing can stop you. And even if something comes about, it's just like, okay, and so what? That's my personal philosophy on everything. Roosevelt says, I hear you, but there we go. You just took yourself to butt town. But I hear a lot of law of attraction gurus who talk about the law of attraction, the law of action, money manifestation. I didn't say that there was no action. I just said don't stress about it, right? Let it take care of itself. It's already happening. So like I said, maybe you get inspired to pay it right away. Maybe it's on your mind the whole time and you're always constantly reminding yourself that it's being taken care of. Either way, it's being taken care of. So, I mean, you can keep questioning. That's on you. Keep questioning, keep getting more uncertainty, or start declaring that it's working out and see what that does for you. Okay. My SP said his girlfriend surprised him with a positive pregnancy test. Oh, God. I say that doesn't mean anything. He hasn't got any connection with that. So yeah, can I change the 3D world? Because I don't like that. Best case scenario, it's false info from the doctor that she's pregnant. Yeah, that is the best case scenario, right? Yeah, go with it. Back into it because I don't really want to kind of harp on the pregnancy thing again. But yes, you can absolutely have whatever you want. Sophia, tips for academic success. Yes, school is easy for me. All my classes are like they were written for me. It's like all my teachers absolutely love me. I'm their favorite student. All my classmates love me. They always reach out to me for groups. They want to include me. They always invite me out to study groups. I retain the information really easy. It's the easiest semester of my life. Tests are breezing by. Papers just fly out of my hand. It's almost like I'm not even writing them. Like I don't even know whose words these are, but they just come flying out. Everything's so easy for me. I'm growing really fast. I'm doing amazing in my studies. I am, I don't know, whatever the hell you want to be. I'm a great student. Everything's easy. I'm graduating soon. I love my school. I love the classes I take. I love my professors. Just always telling that story. Blur says, how to keep going after the first signs of your manifestation comes to the surface. I don't know. Ooh. Can you guys hear that? I'm so hungry. I don't know how to answer this because, well, I also feel like I've answered it a bunch of times, but how do you keep going? You just do, right? Like, okay, now it's unfolding. Now what? Think about it like that. Every time you start to see signs, move it forward a bit, okay? This is unfolding. Now what? This is happening here. Now what? It's progressing. Now what? That's how you do that, okay? Myra says, how can I begin to work on self-love? First, get really clear on what it is that you want. Get clear on what it is that you're missing from the world. What are you seeking out from out 3D world, outside places that you're not getting? What's screaming in your head inside of you? What are the cycles that you find yourself manifesting over and over again for yourself? Start doing some self-diagnosis and seeing what it is that you need. And then start giving it to yourself. If it's attention, if you're not getting attention from the world or from the person that you want, not the right attention, start giving yourself attention. Start listening to what you're saying. Listen again, like what's screaming at you? What are you ignoring for putting yourself first or choosing your needs over other people's? If it's what else is there that I can? Sorry, my brain's like all over the place. Yeah, whatever it is that you're needing. If it's not being valued, well, guess what? We start valuing ourselves. We start putting our opinions to the top of the forefront. We start trusting our own intuition and knowing that what we do is working out for us in the best possible way, happy, healthy, harmonious for everybody else involved or anybody involved. And then another part of it is start giving yourself you time. Give yourself Myra time. Do stuff that only pleases you. We don't care about anybody else because this is us refilling our own cups from constantly pouring it out and pouring it out and pouring it out and pouring it out. It's got to be filled back up. So do the things that make you happy that you could do again all day and no one would have to pay you. Stuff that you just genuinely love to do. Usually it's the kind of stuff that we did as kids, right? Like the things that we don't allow ourselves to do anymore. So yourself better, literally treating yourself better, showing yourself how to give yourself a compliment, right? Making yourself comfortable looking in the mirror and be like, I love my eyes. I look beautiful today. My hair looks good today. Freaking eyebrows look amazing. Oh, you're cute. Okay. Yeah. You want to like start treating yourself better. Even if you don't like what you see in the mirror, so what? Don't tell it that, right? We don't want don't tell your poor body that's like doing all this stuff for you and getting you through life that you don't like it or whatever it is, right? So treat it nicely, treat it with respect. Don't tear yourself down. Don't tear your body down. Don't tell it it's ugly or fat or whatever, not worthy or not good enough, or that there could be somebody else that's possibly better than you. Don't do that shit to yourself. It's not productive. So treating yourself better by literally complimenting yourself. And then again, what you're doing is you're practicing treating yourself better, but you're also going to be practicing taking a compliment. And what does it mean when we take a compliment, right? It means that on some level, we kind of believe it, right? Like if somebody compliments you, you're like, oh, thank you. You're taking it, you're internalizing it, you're putting it in your backpack, right? And you're carrying it around. When we deny compliments, no, I'm not. It's because we truly don't believe it. So start complimenting yourself so that you learn how to take it. And then now the rest of the world can start believing it. Because once you start believing it and attaching itself to you, then the rest of the world will start reflecting that to you and yada, yada, yada. It's a big cycle, of course. Okay, what time is it? All right. We're going to go half an hour more, okay? Fame says, I love you. Love you. You've helped me fix my mental health a lot. I'm literally not worried about anything. Everything is best case scenario. Yes, thank you. I love it because that's how I know you understand, is that you took that opportunity to affirm what is working and not taking the opportunity to affirm what's not working, okay? And that's why it's working for you, because you understand that we're not giving airtime to the stuff that doesn't work. It doesn't matter what our circumstances are. They're freaking irrelevant. They're 100% irrelevant and put in place by us for no reason. So, sorry, I have a hair on my lip. Cat hair on my lip, so, okay. Alyssa says, can you manifest someone you don't love yet, but you feel in your gut that he or she is your person? Yeah, you can. Okay, I'm only going to give a couple sentence answers to this just because I've answered this question so many times. But Cameron says, my SP said that their heart checked out and their mind marked me as a liar when the intention is not to bring out the surprise for her birthday. What can be done? Change the story. Like, her opinion's completely irrelevant. That's your own worries, insecurities, and doubts being voiced by her. So stop giving them airtime. Replace the language with something else, and don't let her opinion do anything to what you're doing going forward. Love Street, oh, I like that, says, thank you for changing my thinking, Roxy. Changed my life. Congratulations. Happy for you. This dang cat hair is killing me. Oh, I got it. Okay. Alexia says, hello, Roxy. Hi. What do you think of, oh, no, I'm not going to say it. If you're talking about an illness, I'm not even going to give it any sort of attention because that's not in my reality. There are no worldwide, I'm not even going to say the word. Everybody in my world's happy, healthy, whole. Yeah, no. We're not talking about that. Kim, I don't know what the beginning of your question is. All I see is like, should I react and take a leave of absence, or should I defend myself in these meetings, or do I just take it? I did apply for new jobs. I just want out. Change the story. Everybody respects you. They like what you had to say. They're always hanging off you every word. They think that you're the smartest person in the room, or that you have the best ideas in the room. You have to change. You're manifesting them to treat you. I don't know what's going on, but I don't need to know the circumstances because they're irrelevant. But you're manifesting them to treat you the way that you do by the way that they do, by expecting them to treat you that way, by keeping the story going, by living in it, being in it, attaching it to yourself, stressing about it. If you need to defend yourself in person, then do. If you don't have to, then just do it up here and remain in the mindset of everybody's respectful. They treat me kindly. I'm their favorite person in the room. They like my ideas. I'm the boss's favorite. I'm my coworker's favorite. Everybody wants me on their team. I bring so much value to the business. I'm their top choice, probably giving me a raise as we speak. You got to change the language. You're doing it. Same question to every single answer. Okay. Sharina says, I want my SP to come to our event I'm hosting next weekend. Do I script about how he's already planning to come and he's going to bring me flowers, or do I live in post-event moment of, oh God, he came, I was so sweet, told me he admired me, that it looked beautiful? Both, all the above. This is another issue with the living in the end thing. It's just like, okay, well, again, what's the end? He's there, then what? Then what? That's not the end. So yeah, visualize him getting there. Visualize him accepting the invitation. Visualize him being nice to you. Visualize yourself coming home from the event and being like, wow, that was amazing. And then also intend, because we're not physically there yet, I know it's happening. Like she was staring at me. So change he's coming. Everything's fine. We're not worried about it. It's happening. And that's it. Oh. Nobody wants to watch that. Okay. So, yeah. All the above. And the other thing about this whole, only thinking of like one possible outcome or one like avenue for it. It's just like our brains are so all over the place all day long, in and out, forward, backward. Now, yes, this hurts. That doesn't hurt. I'm hungry. This person said this to me. I hate myself. My hair hurts. Like my hair hurts. You've been wearing a hat for too long. I don't know where that came from. Anyways, my point is our minds and our thoughts are all over the place all day long. So if in the moment we're in the now, then we're thinking about how the fact that he's coming and it's going to be a really fun time. If we're find ourselves in the future, yeah, we had such a great time together and he complimented me. He's so kind. They don't negate each other. It's still the same reality. So just be that you, okay? I don't know that. I don't understand that question. I don't think I've ever said that. I don't know what that means. Russell says, hey, Roxy, how do things like tarot and videos like yours play into the story yourself? Are they useful once you know the process? I don't want to be lumped in with tarot. How do I phrase this? I'm trying to help you guys figure your lives out and how to think thoughts that work for you so you can get where you're going. And I think ultimately that's obviously the goal of the whole law of attraction community, is just to help people figure this stuff out. Tarot is an interpretation of your current energy, right? So people that read tarot are more finely in tune or attuned to, better equipped to translate energies on this planet. So those people, psychics, tarot, people like that, they're reading your current energy. So whatever it is that you got going on in the moment, they can give you, a path spilling out from that point. But if you shift into a new version of yourself, that can be nullified, right? So And obviously you can nullify it in any moment because you're always shifting anyways. So play into the story yourself. Are they useful once you know the process? So for me, like for what, yeah, I don't know why I'm like weird that you compare it as the same thing, but videos like mine, are they useful once you know the process? Hopefully they're useful before you know the process and as you're figuring it out. Tarot, is it useful? Yeah, once you know the process, once you realize that it's not predicting your future, it's reading where you're at. So if you want to use it for self-diagnosis, then yeah, that's what I would say. Okay, I'm not going to read any more circumstances, guys. Are you done? Oh yeah, she's done. Okay, I can put this back. The beehole has been cleaned. Okay. Ooh, I love this. Okay. Prosy says, I managed to manifest an entire timeline shift so that I could watch my son graduate high school and go work in Vegas. I just kept saying everything is always working out for me. Love it. I know people probably don't want to hear that, but it's true. It's like you decide where you're going, and then I don't care what happens. I don't care if you have to move the whole school's graduation. And I'm still going to watch my son graduate. And okay, figure it out, universe. Thanks. Bye. Honestly, that's why she's successful. Or he, I'm so sorry. And I'm not sure. But I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay. Monique says, did you receive signs more aggressively when you were beginning to really get the law of attraction? I'm seeing 444 like crazy since I've been following you. I'm being told to keep up. I'd say yeah, when you first start it, definitely you're going to see it a lot. And then once you do start affirming it, you're going to see it more because you're making it, a thing in your reality. You're affirming it and bringing it to you, calling it to you by noticing it, attaching it, putting it in your backpack and walking around with it. Same thing with me. Like lately I've been seeing repeating numbers, but I don't see them all the time, but I see them in like chunks of time. So like there will be periods of time, maybe it's a few weeks, where I'm seeing the numbers all the time. And then there's times where I don't see them at all. And either way, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't stop the manifestation, right? So. Sally says, first off, you are amazing. Thank you. You're so sweet. You are too. Your videos pulled me from a real dark place and never stopped creating. Second off, I decided to block my SP. They also did that back. And I don't believe I need to remove it to manifest them back. It's just social media. However, some other coach said it's wrong for me to do so because it's not living from the end, and that confused the hell out of me. Would appreciate your advice from living in the end as a subject. Here we go again. That's what I'm saying. There's no end. So what the end is that you're unblocked. The end is that you get a relationship. And what? So again, it doesn't matter. It's circumstance. If you don't think that it matters, then it doesn't. You're creating the awareness. So that concept, which I do understand where they're coming from, is like, well, if you were together, you wouldn't be blocked. But at the same time, it's like, I don't fucking care if I am blocked. It's still my person. Remember, like, you know what I mean? Like, I supersede all the beliefs. So yeah, try again. You know what I mean? What you got next? There's no circumstance that you aren't in control of or creating for yourself, even more so. Dominique says, thank you. First of all, thank you for donating to the chat. I sincerely appreciate you. She says, just wanted to say you have helped me so much and you are amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you. I plan on scheduling a coaching session with you soon in the near future. I can't wait to talk to you. And thank you. I appreciate you again. And it sounds like you are on the right path. Okay. Satali says, can I manifest moving into a specific place within a specific time frame? Yeah, you can. You definitely can. You just be very careful about it has to be, I have to have it like this. And if it's not like this, oh my God, it's the end. No, it's just like, yeah, that's the place I want. And then here's a great time frame. I'm moving into this place and I'm moving by the end of the month. So yeah, great. Absolutely. Anyways, back to focusing on the fact that I'm moving at the end of the month. The questioning needs to go. Like any question that starts with, can I manifest blank? Yes. That's my answer for all of them. Okay. Electric Daydream says, thinking about instant manifestation, is it possible to instantly manifest something even if I have a block related to the subject? Or can I intend that the block is gone so I can instantly manifest? Sure. Right? What the fuck not? Oh, Lotus says, I love Rick and Morty. Yay. I can't remember what I was Rick and Mortying about in the beginning, so can't connect with you back about that. But I do love Rick and Morty too. And what is up? Where is episode 6? Am I right? Okay. No, I'm not talking about. You want to know how to eradicate a worldwide virus? Stop giving it so much attention and talking about it on 2 different platforms and asking me to talk about it to thousands of people. That's how. Sorry. I'm just not going to. It doesn't exist in my reality. Not gonna let it in here. So I don't know what yeah, that's it. Okay. SC says, how can I find out what blocks I have? Okay, I'm gonna do a video on that this week about videos about limiting beliefs in my manifestation mastery playlist. So I would check there. There's going to be more in-depth stuff than I can, give you right here. But I mean, here, draw correlations between why don't you have what you want? Every single answer to that question is a block. Okay. Love Street says, should we steer clear of tarot readings until manifestation comes true? My question for this is, and so then you're going to go back and then not trust yourself again. If you want to use tarot as a self-diagnosis sometimes to make sure that your energy is in coherence with your thoughts, then okay, I would say do it sometimes. But again, that's you putting your power outside of yourself. No matter what it is you're searching for with it, you're putting your power outside of yourself and it's not there. You're looking for power where it isn't and ignoring it where it is, which is within you. You've already addressed this, but I'm confused about something. I've been experiencing the exact opposite of what I want whenever I finally fully let go and truly believe that what I want is coming and let go. But then within a day of doing that, the opposite slaps me in the face. Do you think I'm doing anything to cause that? Or is it just part of the bridge of incidences? And thank you so much for everything is working out best case scenario. It has calmed my anxiety. Okay, so do you think I'm doing anything to cause that? Yeah, well, first things first, just the fact that you are affirming that whenever I fully let go, then the shit turns to shit. That's one. That's a manifestation that you're keeping in rotation on your playlist, if you will. Part 1. What's part 2? So then the next thing is, I always love, this is so interesting to me. Like, I just want to say Rome wasn't built in a day. So like I let go for 1 day and it didn't happen. Like, keep going. Like, it's not done yet. If it's not here the way you want it, it's not done yet. Why? And I'm saying this out of love. I love you and I'm not trying to yell at you. This is to everybody, not just you. Why the F do you guys keep deciding that because one thing didn't happen the second you decided you wanted it, after years of being in your own way, the second that you decide, oh, now I'm okay. If it doesn't happen immediately, now it's wrong. Guess what? You're not okay. Okay. Guess what? It's not happening because there's still shit in the way probably, or it's in the gestational period, or you're still blocking it. Like I just said, like you're fighting between new you and old you. So if you cannot live in new you up here, guess where you're living? In old you, okay? And that's who's manifesting bullshit for you. So if you do your work and then things turn out weird the next day, good. Things are happening. It's like it so baffles me that because and I'm not trying to talk, this isn't just you, this is something I'm getting a lot. It's like it didn't work. Are you kidding me? Like, shh. Why would you say that? Like, stop it. Stay focused, okay? You put a cake in the oven, you pull it out to check on it, you stick the toothpick in the center, right? It's not ready yet. Are you going to put it back in the oven or are you going to eat a puddle of cake batter? put it back in the fucking oven, let it keep cooking, let it cool, then ice it, then eat your cake, okay? If it's not ready yet, it's not ready yet. Notice I didn't say if it's not ready yet, it's ruined, okay? If it's not ready yet, it's not ready yet. So don't eat the cake. Don't eat a puddle of cake batter and then complain about, I made a cake. Why is this not cake? Why is it cake batter? I just put it in the oven. I opened it back up and the cake's not there. What the hell? What am I doing wrong? Tell me what I'm doing wrong. Close the fucking oven door and let that bitch bake for a minute, okay? Sorry. Again, I'm sorry you had to get it. Sorry I had to come off of your question, but this is something that's been brewing. I'm going to be talking about it this week again, too. It's just like, here, okay, I'm calling it to myself. I'm manifesting it, but I'm going to say this one more time. If it's not ready yet, it's not ready yet. That's it. That's the answer to your question. Okay? Period. And I love you. Thank you. Thanks for letting me yell at you. Okay. Gianna says, okay, here's another one of those like antiquated beliefs that's just so, just not, it just doesn't help. She says, as I take my SP off the pedestal, my desire to be with him is gone, but I want to be with him. So which is it? Okay. Dilemma. Yeah, you're right. That is a dilemma. Because without desire, I can't manifest. Now that's some old school bullshit that's not real, right? That's what I was just talking about, this mainstream idea. Without desire, I can't manifest. The fuck do you mean? You're manifesting every single moment of every single day. Your awareness manifests, not your desire, okay? Your desire shows you what you like. It shows you your preference. It's not what you can manifest. You have him. You're doing it right now. You're manifesting a version of him that's on the pedestal. So all that old stuff that you got there, cut it out. It's all bullshit, okay? You are in control. He's on board. He can't get enough of you. The relationship is unfolding exactly the way you want it. The not thinking something along those lines, shut it down and go back to that story, because all that other shit is it's just bullshit for no reason, basically. It's just standing in your way to stand in your way. Okay. Okay, I see this question coming up. I hear a lot of attraction gurus talking about the law of action, manifesting something. You keep talking about this. What are your thoughts on that? I swear they just say do affirmations and let it go. Okay. Okay. I've said this before. It's the same thing. Like if I manifest a hamburger, a vegan burger, if I manifest a Beyond Burger, I still have to eat it, right? Just because I manifested it doesn't mean that it's in my stomach. So is there action? Yeah. Eat the fucking burger. You know what I mean? It's just like it's like, what are you really asking here? What is the real problem here? I don't know. It's just, there's so much shit that should be shed. It's so irrelevant. It doesn't help. And it's not the thing. The thing that makes things happen is what you do up here. That's it. The way you entertain the things on your mind. That's it. That's all of it. So are you good enough for what you want? You tell me. Is there a third party that you have to deal with? You tell me. Why is there a third party you have to deal with? You tell me. It's all you all the time. Okay. So do you have to take action? I don't know. If you want to go somewhere, do you need to move your fucking feet and your ass to get there? Yeah. Okay. So it's not a one or the other. You manifest the thing you're the what and the now. What do you want? Show up and take it. Okay. Kim, thank you so much for donating. You are so generous. I appreciate you. I love you guys. She says, bumped into my ex SP randomly after 2 months of no contact, and he lives 6 hours away. Then he blocked me on Insta and we didn't even talk after bumping into each other. Can you explain why? No, you tell me. Like, you guys, good. Take it as a sign that it's working. And you say XSP, like what? Like there's so much. There is no power outside of you. I mean, let me rephrase that. There's no creative or discerning power outside of you. Whatever it is you think something is the reason for is the reason for it. Okay? Whatever it is you think that the person is feeling or thinking or doing, you're feeding them those thoughts. You're voting for them to feel that way. So I don't know. I can't even begin to understand what your history is with this person, what your true intentions are, what your true feelings were in the moment. Did you spiral after you saw them? How did you feel before that? Like there's so many things in what you want. Are you letting that random who cares about what happened thing derail you from what you're doing? That's what matters. That's what I want to know. Why? Like, why are you letting what happens in the 3D world tell you what you do going forward? That's where my answer for you would be. Is I can't tell you why. You can only answer that question, but you can do self-diagnosis to figure out what patterns you're recreating and what thoughts seem to precede those patterns. And secondly, just like the question I just answered a few minutes ago, don't decide it's bad. Who said it's a bad thing that they blocked you? That's a good thing. Okay? Maybe they have a girlfriend and the girlfriend saw them looking at your Instagram. Again, that sounds really callous, but it doesn't really matter, right? It's all infinite realities. They're all already happening. So you get to shift into whatever one you want. So you deciding that it doesn't. Another thing that is an issue with these Mindset Mondays is almost like people don't listen to the answers. They don't listen to the fact that it doesn't matter your circumstance, whether we're talking about SP, money, health, job, family, anything, the answer is always the same. So apply it to your situation. Love, peace, and Batman Socks says, hi, Roxy. Hello. Just a reminder that you are tongue-tied. Just a reminder that you are so loved and appreciated. Thank you for all that you do, beautiful soul. You are too kind. Thank you so much. I appreciate your kind words. Manali, she says, I was practicing self-me and for SP. Okay, well, I'm really happy to hear that you are at least bridging the gap. This is a client, by the way, so there's more to the story that you guys aren't privy to. I'm happy to hear that you're doing the process. That's good. That's the first start, right? Is just to start doing it until you start believing it. Well, how about you start intending that you're doing it for yourself? I'm doing this because I care about myself. I'm doing this to put myself first. I always put myself first. I am my number one priority. My happiness is my number one priority, because this is what I'm going to tell you. And I love you. It's not to hurt you, but that love that you're looking for outside of yourself, that support that you don't feel anywhere else in your life, you have to start giving it to yourself, okay? You can't, it's not going to be reflected to the outside world until you put it here first, okay? So your SP, oh man, there's so much, it's so loaded. I think you need to take a break from just even talking to him or being around him, because every time you talk to him or be around him, you get triggered. And you know what? Hold on. Let me fucking back up. You are in control. You are the power here. You are really good at putting yourself first. You are learning every day how to choose your needs over someone else's. Every single day, you're getting better at validating yourself and your own power so that you don't need to look elsewhere for it, including me, right? Including me. So that's the only way I'm going to see you right anymore, because I want to see that for you, and I want you to push through this so bad. And you have to stay consistent with it, right? So if you're bettering yourself for yourself, for the SP, and not for yourself, well, you're aware of it. So that's a good start. 2, start intending that you're doing it for yourself. Start telling yourself that you're doing it for yourself. and start trying to mean it. And just like with the last people, big sister's coming out, and don't do it just for one day and then decide it's not working if you don't see immediate change, okay? Because that's definitely a pattern I see with you. I do it for one day, it doesn't work, everything fell apart. And then we start over, and then we start over, and then we start over, and it's been like this for months now, right? So like, set the intention. Who are you going to be now? You are the version of you that cares about yourself more than anybody else, okay? If no one else in your world is caring about you, it's because you put him on the back burner where he needs to be and focus on you. And if at first it feels like you're not doing it for yourself, that's fine, right? We always go through that period where we're lying to ourselves, we're trying to brainwash ourselves. Push through it and keep doing it for you. Keep telling yourself that you're doing it for you. Keep intending that you're doing it for you. And don't give up after one day. Don't give up after doing it and then seeing movement that you don't like. That's why it's not working, is because you won't push it farther than like a day, right? Like go past it and go past it and go past it and go past it and go past it. You think Steve Jobs never had a doubt? Steve Jobs got fired from his own company that he started. And he came back and changed the fucking game for the world, okay? You have to keep going no matter what happens. No matter what happens, okay? Like, oh, I don't know how to say it any other way. But I love you, and that's the only way I'm going to see you. You get it. You understand it now. I've beaten it to your brain. It's soaking in there. You're putting yourself first because you are the engine, okay? Put yourself first, not because you think you deserve it, but put yourself first because you're the engine, okay? Because your car is driving down the highway or the freeway, and it's sputtering, and there's gas and smoke coming out, and the shit's falling off, and you're worried about your seat covers, okay? I love you, and I'm sorry, but fuck your seat covers. Who gives a shit about your seat covers when your engine is literally dying on the journey? Fix the engine, fix the mechanism that's doing all of it, and the rest of it comes in alignment. Once your car works, then we can worry about the seat covers. But if you're worried about the seat covers before you get the engine fixed, you're not going anywhere, okay? I love you. Thank you. Okay, oh shit. All right, 10 minutes, guys. 10 minutes. All right, I'm gonna pick and choose now. Okay. Kristen, I think this super chat just came through. Okay, thanks, babe. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. I didn't want to miss your question. She says, I have a hard time letting go and not looking for it because of fear of letting go and not realizing I have a block. How will I know if I don't analyze it? Analyze it, right? Right? Analyze it, right? How will I know if I don't analyze it? Well, then analyze it, and then you'll know. And stop saying you have a hard time letting go. Say it's easy. I already know it's here. I'm not even worried. It's already here. Not worried about it. Bye. Already done. Again, think about it with me with this, okay? I knew that I would be sitting here doing this, talking to people, helping millions of people, business is booming, right? I knew it. I knew that was my place. And if I had listened to any of the infinite number of doubts or worries or fears or insecurities that I had, we would not be having this conversation right now. So you think I give a shit about a doubt in my head? No, I don't care. You think I care about a fear? No. Like they're there, fine. But that's going to stop me from doing what I'm here to do? No. Why? So what I'm going to do, just work in a restaurant for the rest of my life because I'm scared? No, sorry. No. You got to be stronger than that shit. They don't control you. You control them. So take control. Stop letting the fears. So if you have a fear, so what? You push through it. You have another fear, push through it. You have the same fear, push through it. Have a fear again, push through it. Who cares? Keep pushing through them. In 10. Realign yourself, refocus, redefine your purpose. Always pushing forward, always talking yourself back into what you're doing and not letting anything that happens, who gives a shit what happens, steer you away from what you're doing. It just can't. You're the one doing it. You are the one that's keeping the things away. Nothing else is doing it, okay? And I love you all, but I don't know, like how many ways, how many like I want you to get it so bad sometimes. And it's like, we're making it so difficult. If you don't like the way something's going, trust yourself. And maybe you don't believe it right away, but you still make yourself follow through with the action or whatever, follow through with it, just because we're brainwashing, and we know we're brainwashing, and we know we might not believe it at first. So what? That doesn't stop us. We still keep pushing forward. Okay. Persisting, 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 persisting no matter what, exactly what we're talking about here today. Oh my God, these people are hilarious. Goodbye. Okay. Okay. Does it take long for an ex to come back? Only if you want, only if you let it. Fame says, how do you analyze information about how the universe reality works as you learn more to determine whether it's correct or not? Like how you spoke about living in the end made so much sense to me, but I didn't think of it myself before. Well, part of it is because I do this all day, every single day. So like what we're doing here is kind of like my whole life, except I don't know why that sounded really sad to me, like constantly yelling at people like, why? No, I love my clients. We have a great bond. I definitely like want to help them and want to see them succeed. It's, you know, it's just stuff I've learned. I absorb the information. I study quantum physics because I want to know what the science of it is, not the spirituality, the stuff that we can't prove. I want to know, what does the science say? What do the facts say? And then I equate it to what is actually happening on planet Earth according to the smartest people on our planet. And all of these ideas about manifestation and law of attraction, combined with my own personal experience and knowledge and putting this stuff into practice every single day, not taking a day off, combined with helping people all day, every day, and seeing their patterns, seeing what's working and seeing what's not, all that stuff, that's how. So to answer your question, part of my deal is I've always been acutely aware of who I am and what, you know, what I'm here to do, I guess. I don't know. For the most part, like I've always known I had a message. I just didn't necessarily know what it was in the beginning of my life. But I always knew I was here to speak to the masses because I was a singer, and I was implanted with the drive to be famous, even though like now that's not really, which you probably don't believe that, but like I used to be like, I was going to be a famous singer, Lady Gaga, Rihanna, Katy Perry, that kind of shit. That's obviously, this shows the timing that I was thinking of this in. But that stopped resonating with me, that lifestyle. And then this kind of came about, and now it's just makes so much sense because now, and this was kind of like me trying to figure things out, now has become the main deal, the forefront of everything. And now the music is part of this, which is something coming soon. So that's all I'm going to say. So yeah, I hope that answered your question. I'm going to do 2 more. Monica, thank you so much for donating. I appreciate it all. She says, hi, Roxy. SP is career oriented and says he can't enter into a relationship for the next 10 years. How do I get him? He might be manifesting another girlfriend. Okay. Shift into another reality where he's not. If you're manifesting a version of him that's manifesting someone else, that I would look there. Why is there a separation there? What do you truly believe is possible for you? What are your hangups between you and this person in general? What are your hangups between you and relationships in general and specific? And then also, you're also manifesting a version of him that's not prioritizing you or the relationship or whatever. So stop manifesting that version. Do not see him as that. Do not let him have a say in how you view him. He doesn't get to tell you how you view him up here. And that's the same thing with the rest of the world. Nothing gets to tell you how you view it. And how you view it is how it comes in your world. So you take control over that, and you have control over your life. So he's on board. He's really excited to do the relationship. He's really good at balancing work and home life. He's finally understanding that life is not just career, and he's ready to have a partner by his side to help be his cheerleader through this process. And he's ready. He's on board. It's his idea. And then the rest of it, don't water that plant anymore. Literally, don't ever say that stuff again. Okay. Because we don't want to give it any energy. Okay. Okay, Autumn says, you always say when we have negative thoughts, we need to continually bounce them out and don't let them settle. When we switch to those thoughts to positive, do the negative ones become focus? You know what I mean? Like, and you can also just be like, yeah, not my reality. That's funny because actually it's like this. And you keep shifting yourself into the reality where you want to be, where that thing, whatever it is that we don't even care, we're not giving attention to, isn't even on the table. It's not even a part of the what, the who, the huh. I've never even heard of it. So the point of it is not, will it still manifest? The point of it is like, who gives a shit? Keep going and focusing because you're the one doing it. So don't even worry that it might, and know that if it does, so you're still in control. Doesn't change anything about where you're going or what you're doing next. Okay. Okay. What vids are coming up this week? I left my notebook in the other room. I can't remember what they are. I know I'm doing something about identifying like limiting beliefs and blocks. Shit, I can't remember what they are because I haven't filmed them yet. I'm going to film them after this. So, do I offer coach training? No. I don't know. I might at some point, maybe. Okay. No more circumstances. I'm not reading that shit. Deshelle, really grateful for your kind words. You really helped me so far in this journey. He's ready for me now. Yes, girl. Thank you so much. I appreciate you as well. Okay, last question. Let's make it a good one. JM just said, holy shit, I think I get it now. No one is separate from me because everyone is shaped by my belief and expectations. That's why anything is possible. Yep, exactly. That's why there are no limitations, because literally the only limitation is your own imagination. Like, do you think it's possible? No? Okay, then it's not. Do you think it's possible? Yeah, great, then it is. And it's like that, just like, okay. You know, like it's that we need to be that flippant with it, because that's how you get to the point of being a master of your reality and your manifestation, is just being like, yeah, I'll take some of that, this, that, and that. Anyways. You guys, if you watched last week's Mindset Monday, you saw it instant manifestation. That's what it's like. It's just, you diminish the how big things feel to you and amplify your own power and knowing and awareness that everything is working out for you regardless. And then it just does. Okay, I want a good question. I'm not going to, if you're asking how to ignore your circumstances, rewind this chat. I like when I get to the end because I can see that people are like internalizing the information. So there's not as many like circumstance heavy questions, but then I'm trying to find one more. Okay, I like this one. Forever a grace and a fucking flower? Sorry. I'm trying to read it. Okay. I've heard that okay, sorry, I'm just reading some other stuff. I've heard that affirmations are just declaring that you don't have what you want. No. I mean, if they are, if those thoughts are, all of your thoughts are affirmations. You're affirming all day long. I'm affirming the fact that I'm sitting on the couch by feeling the electrons in my ass vibrating and bouncing off the electrons in this couch, right? So I'm affirming that I'm sitting in a room. I'm affirming that my feet are touching the ground and I'm touching a fuzzy little rug right here. I'm affirming that my cat's right next to me because my awareness is here, even though I'm not like acutely looking at it. All the shit here is all here because I'm witnessing it, because I'm perceiving it. So I'm affirming my current reality with my thoughts and my awareness and my perception and what I'm overall communicating to the world. I'm sitting in a room, I'm doing Mindset Monday, I'm Roxy I'm Roxy Lee from Roxy Talks. Okay, that's my reality. That's what I'm constantly communicating. This is my world. Everything is working out for me, because even when my, like, I'm going to use the word affirmation, like my good affirmations or my positive affirmations are on pause, even when I'm like in life doing stuff, I'm still leaving my thoughts at everything is working out for me, or like that doesn't go away. I don't, just because, like, again, whether things happen good, bad, and different, I'm sitting here working, I'm sitting on a beach drinking out of a coconut, neither of those things cancel out the fact that everything is working out for me and it's always happening and unfolding. That's my truth, and that's what I'm always communicating, and so that's why it's working for me. So having said that, I've heard that affirmations are just declaring that, it's a weird question. No, I wouldn't listen to that, because you're always affirming. So what I'm affirming is that everything is working out for me. Things are always unfolding in the best way possible. Happy, healthy, whole, best case scenario. I'm affirming money's always flowing to me and things always work out in my favor, and everybody loves what I have to say and they hang off my every word and they find me magnetic and they like my ideas and they think I'm an independent speaker or an independent thinker or whatever the fuck. That's not describing or declaring that I don't have that stuff. That's me truly living as that, because I'm putting those thoughts into my head so much that my brain has taken them over. This is how we think now. This is what we think. This is how we think about our lives. And this is the life we live. And it is the life I live. So I would just say that's kind of like an antiquated, like not clear idea. If you're saying, I want this thing, I want lots of money, I want this, I want that, then that's putting out the energy of I don't have it yet. Because if I want something, then I don't have it. But if I say that I have it, it's putting out the energy that I have it so that I can have it, right? So, I mean, if you are declaring that you don't have what you want, I want this, I'm not seeing it, where is it? How come it's not here? This is really hard for me. I'm not even going to give those any more power to those words. Everything's working out for me in my reality. So, yeah, no, I don't think so. You can, of course, affirm what you don't want, and people do it all day long, but you also can affirm that everything that you could ever want or need is already yours and is already coming to you in its own divine timing, and that's what you get. Okay. So on that note, I'm going to wrap up Mindset Monday. I appreciate all of you guys for being here. I love you. You're amazing. You have the power to do all of this yourself. Nothing is permanent unless you decide it is. Nothing is set in stone unless you let it be. People's opinions are absolutely 100% irrelevant unless you let them attach to yourself. Unless you pick them up, put them in your backpack, and carry it around all day. Otherwise, they don't matter and they don't stop you on your journey unless you let it. So, I'm just going to read this real fast. Bella says, this is probably a dumb question, but is there an order you're supposed to do things when it comes to manifesting? I apply what I learned from your videos, but I don't know if there's an order I should do. No, just do. You just be it. Intend it and then be it. Intend it and don't tear yourself down. Don't talk yourself out. Don't decide it's hard for you. Don't decide that it's going to take long. Don't decide that it's not working. Even if someone is in your face telling you they can never see you again, that does not mean that your manifestation is not still unfolding. So don't let it mean that, okay? Because you are the definition. You're the Webster of your whole world. So it's whatever you define it as is exactly what it is, okay? So, yeah, that's it. So, if you're looking for one-on-one coaching so we can kind of discuss exactly what you are doing to stand in your way, you can sign up for one-on-one coaching at my website, roxytalks.com. I've also got exclusive merch like this beautiful Black Moon Society shirt. Black Moon Society is my Facebook group if you're not in there. Here's the back of this one. I'll do the Instagram girl pose. I'm trying to take a picture of my butt. This is called the Biggie Smalls, or no, Smally Bigs. They wouldn't let me call it Biggie Smalls. Smally Bigs, Black Moon Society. So there's a Smally and a Biggie, and you can get this in the Roxy Talks. We've also got all kinds of other stuff. I'm trying to get joggers, like sweatpants. I love sweats. So I'm trying to get some sweatpants, but I have to do more designing. This stuff is kind of like plug and play. which is fine. It's just like more extra steps that I'm trying to, find time for. Also big announcement coming as far as like new, I don't want to give too much away. I don't want to give anything away, actually. I just want to wait till it's ready. New stuff's coming, okay? Some new ways to consume the knowledge. And we'll open up new avenues for us as far as communicating, and that's not the word I want to use. It's going to open up new avenues for us and you guys to absorb the knowledge, and also offer opportunities for super specific. I'm not going to finish that sentence. So hopefully by next, if not next Mindset Monday, the one after, I'll definitely have like a full announcement for you guys. So new stuff is coming. 2020 is going to be really expansive. We've seen the growth happen really fast. And again, it's just evidence that this is working. You're watching it in real time. You are seeing manifestation, like manifestational living. You're seeing 360 come to life, okay? You're seeing the results of it as we speak. You're watching this because the 360 approach works. And if you don't know what it is, that's my signature approach. You can find the video on my channel, Manifesting Manifesting Mastery playlist. It's in there as well. Merch, podcast at my website. I'm just like dragging on. Custom affirmations, if you're interested in that, I offer those as well. And one-on-one coaching, of course, you can get. The specific person workshop will be turning to a more automated system, so you guys can absorb the information right away and not have to wait like a month and a half to get to talk to me, which is the big problem with it right now. Is it's too booked out, and it keeps getting booked out. And even when I add more, they just get booked out. So I have to do a different solution for this, making the information accessible immediately so you guys can get started right away, and then coming together in a bigger group setting to discuss what's working, what's not, and fine-tune the process. So Linda says, so much suspense. Love you. The cliffhanger. Yeah, cliffhanger. I love it. Okay. I'm really excited. It's going to be a great addition to the Roxy Talks brand. And I know you guys will like it. So I'm really excited for that. And it's just waiting on me and my schedule to clear up, or for me to squeeze time in for it. That's all it's waiting on. So let me get to it. Let me start getting that stuff, knocking it out, getting it done. And I have some really cool stuff coming for you soon. If you have any questions, hold on. Don't ask me, or don't bombard me with questions, guys. I really can't do email coaching. I just don't have time. It's not something I offer for a reason, because I just can't get to it. But I am going to be hiring coaches for email coaching. That's probably going to be the first step, but I will say that it'll start with the moderators of my group, because they are actively doing that as we speak. They are representing the brand. They're loyal, they're ride or die, they're there for me, and they're already giving you guys information in the mod group. In the Facebook group. So email coaching will come about. If you're interested in getting email coaching, kind of let me know, leave it in a comment so I can see if there's a nice market for it, so that I can add people, because it's going to be other people doing it. I'm just more so doing like the face-to-face stuff, and going to be kind of clearing up space with the SP workshop so people can digest that information right away. I'm also going to be turning the Love and Money seminar that I used to offer like way back in the day. I'm going to be turning that into its own automated thing as well. And then also doing something new with the 360 approach as well, turning that into something, again, a little more hands off for me, so that you guys can get in there right away. And then that will free up the time that I'm spending in other areas. And then we can come together in more of a bigger group setting, kind of like this, but less crazy, more targeted, and then definitely personal attention for everybody. So any suggestions or ideas that you have on that is welcome. Yeah, go ahead with it. How do you become a mod? It's just people in my Facebook group. I watch them. We all watch. We're all paying attention to who's offering advice, who's kind to other people, who grasps the information, who is applying it to their own life and seeing results. These aren't just random people. These are people that I have been watching people I've had sessions with, so I actually, you know and kind of can trust them and see who they are. And yeah, I believe in kind of trickling down. And so if it's something that you're interested in doing, like showing that you can coach people before we get to that point is probably the way to do it, I would say. If that's something you're interested in, that's how you stand out. The mods are always on the lookout because the group is really growing really fast. So yeah, that's it. If you want merch, go to my website, roxytalks.com. If you'd like one-on-one sessions so we can discuss your specific issues, you can also check out roxytalks.com. We have brand new stuff coming very soon within the next 2 weeks. Definitely by the end of March. I know it's just the beginning of March, but definitely by the end of March, it will be available and open to everybody. And there's our cue, guys. All right. Happy Mindset Monday. Thank you so much. Hope you have a happy day and stay focused, persist. Don't let the reality trick you. It's a fucking trickster and it's going to try to, but do that. Okay. Love you guys. Bye. All right. How do I? Bye. Okay. Bye, Facebook.